Shooting with shadows. I have been watching a few photography videos on purposely underexposing your camera settings in an attempt to incorporate the shadows as part of your picture. I have personally never tried this before, so I was tempted to give this a go. The first obstacle to overcome was the settings. I found that you had to control the ISO, the shutter speed, and the f-stop number manually in order to force the camera to underexpose the shot. During the day in the upcoming footage, I kept the ISO at 200. I would select an f-stop of about 2.8 to 4. I would then manually adjust the shutter speed to achieve the underexposure as desired. As a very quick example, I'm using the shadows from my blinds. If I press the zoom out button on my camera when I'm in the viewfinder mode, a scale from -3 to +3 appears. This might be different depending on which camera you're using. However, if this line moves towards the negative numbers, then you'll be underexposing your shot. And if this line moves towards the positive figures, you'll be overexposing your shot. And if this line stays about in the middle, then you should have the correct exposure level. So here's a shot at roughly the correct exposure level. Now if I rotate the turn dial to manipulate the shutter speed, you can see the image in the viewfinder getting darker. Now if I take this photo and compare it to the first image, you should be able to tell that it's much darker than the original. So without further ado, let's head over to Bath to practice. I approached a yellow phone box and noticed the buildings behind me were casting a long stretched shadow outwards. As I lined up a shot, as luck would have it, two people appeared on the edges of the shadows, as shown in the photo. In this scene, the pillars were casting columns of shadows. I lined up a shot to try and just get the chairs appearing in the light. Next, this lamppost was perfectly placed in between a gap in the buildings, which cast a shadow onto the wall. I waited for a bit to get a shot with just one person walking past. In this scene, I was quite far back and stood in front of a tree, which was casting a long shadow over the street food vendor. I managed to get a shot of a biker in a luminous yellow jacket leaving the shop. Side note, I also stopped for lunch here, and if you're ever in Bath and love vegan falafel wraps, then hit up this place. It was incredible. This concludes this video. If you enjoyed this, then please give a like, and I'll end with one final shot.